Here we go, Saudi Pavilion. As you can see, it is quite an extraordinary building from the outside. That screen that you see there lights up at night and displays all sorts of different patterns. It really is incredibly dramatic at night. So I'm going to take you inside now. It's evening here, it's cooling down. There's a gentleman here doing the stamps at the gate. If there are any questions that you would like to ask me, do send them through, and hopefully I'll be able to see them and answer them at the same time. I'm just going to proceed through towards the entrance or entrance area now. Let's just do that so you could sort of see where I am. It's a beautiful light this evening. I'd waited to come out because it was a little bit hot today. So we're just edging through here. Once again, I am socially distancing myself from people. I know I'm not wearing a mask. Some people beforehand were worried about me not wearing a mask, distancing from people when necessary. And I'm going to put it on now because we'll be going indoors. Hello there. Hi, lovely. Yes, in fact, the assistant. That's lovely. Thank you very much indeed. I really appreciate it. Here we go. Mask going on. There we go. I am with the national newspaper. Hello. I'm so sorry that we're having with transmission at the moment. I've come off the Wi-Fi now, so hopefully it'll work. Okay, so as you enter the Saudi Pavilion, you come down this circular pathway, which is very accessible. It loops back on itself. Can you see? There's lots of people. It's a very popular pavilion, this one. I have actually been in once before. I'm not going to pretend I haven't. It was one of the first ones we came in. And as you can see, it's rather popular, proving rather popular. Let me take you down down we go, all the way around. You see that people are standing up on the balconies and looking. And we're going down. So there's this sense of building anticipation. And of course, as you descend, it gets a lot cooler as well. So you do get the sense of moving from one space into the other. Here we go, proceeding. Just wondering where everyone is watching from. Do put your messages out because we can see them. And if you've got any questions or any comments, we'd like to receive them as well. So do stay in touch with us. Here we go. Right. Check what I can see there. Amazing geometric fountain. I think that's how you describe it. So you can feel the cool coming in towards this area. And look at that. Isn't that clever? It really is an extraordinarily clever idea, really, because here we go. You can see that there's a family of three. They look like triplets, three identical children coming. I really want to catch their reaction, but I'm not quite sure how their parents would feel if I filmed them without permission. But I mean, there's a big queue of people coming in. Look, it's a really, really popular pavilion, but it's been designed in such a way that people can come in and still remain fairly socially distant. Here we go. There's that fountain going again. Right, I'm going to find a gap in the crowd and move on. Here we go. Sorry. Get ourselves through. Here we go. So that's just the beginning. We haven't even gone inside yet. So Sami has asked a question of how much the ticket costs. So 95 dirhams, which is about, I think that's about $20, maybe a bit less. For $20 or 95 dirhams, you get a ticket for the whole of October. You can also spend about 495, I think. That gets you a whole 6-month pass. Children and pensioners, people over the age of, I think, 60 are free. And if you're a student, that's free too. You can't go inside the water feature, Anthony. No, I asked that the first time, and obviously children want to go inside it, but they won't let you, unfortunately. It'll be lovely, and it'd be lovely, refreshing. So now we're in this amazing space. Have a look. Now I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to just stand here and show it all to you. But obviously the principle of this display is to show you the myriad of different landscapes that you get in Saudi Arabia. And I think a lot of people just think of Saudi as a desert, a place of sand, and it's actually a very, very varied landscape. I mean, who'd have believed that that was in Saudi? That's smoke, but it is. And so let's move on into the next area. There's quite a lot of people around here, so I put my mask on. I think you can still hear me, hopefully. But that fountain is still going. There's these adorable little boys. Look how gorgeous they are. Sorry, I'm going to get very excited. It's just they're particularly cute. And it's because they're all together. Right, I'm just queuing to go up in the escalator. Not escalator. No, it is escalator, not elevator. Here we go. I'm being too polite. I need to make sure I get up. So this is the guide. The guide has just told me that this is the Saudi Heritage Escalator. It's actually one of the biggest escalators in the world. I think it is the biggest escalator in the world. It's the longest. I don't know if I'm doing this very well. Sorry, hang on a sec. Let me just move it so you can see. It's the longest escalator in the world. There's several Guinness World Records held by the Saudi Pavilion. And as we're going up, we're moving through history. It's another one of these fantastic pavilions that gives you a sense of moving from ancient times, past historic sites, and then all the way into the future. And so here we're seeing just some of the fabulous places that you can go in Saudi Arabia, which just looks extraordinary. So that's the Emara Palace in Narjan. And then we're just going past Rajal Alma in Asir. If you're Saudi, and I'm completely murdering the pronunciation of all of this, I really do apologise. And that's the style of the building in historic Jeddah. Now, I've actually been to Jeddah, and the buildings there are absolutely beautiful. There's a specific historic area, and the buildings are colourful and gorgeous. Right now, this is one of my favourite bits, and I wonder whether it'll come across. I'm just wondering whether it will come across on the video, because it's a really immersive visual experience. And when you're standing here yourself, you feel like you're in the landscape. But I don't know whether it'll work on film. So let's dive in and try. Again, do send me your questions if you have any, and tell me where you are watching from, because it's fantastic to see everybody's reactions. Okay, I'm going to turn it around so you don't have to look at me anymore. You can look at this. Okay, so I've kind of picked, oh, here we go, that's better. I picked a moment when it was just doing the industry, whereas now you can see, isn't it clever? Across the screen, do you feel like you're in it as well? Because there's this sort of concave screen below us, and the effect of the images moving on it mean you feel like you're there. It's so clever, and I mean the screens are such high quality, and isn't it beautiful? I really have to say, I think from an interiors point of view, I think the Saudi Pavilion really has done a very, very good job. Look at that. Now I can't decide whether I should move on so I don't spoil it for anybody who's going to come, or whether I should carry on for people who aren't going to make it to Expo 2020. But you get the gist. So those are obviously the palm trees, the palm olive trees, or date trees, probably date trees. And you just would never think of a landscape this lush and green when you think about Saudi Arabia. Amazing, isn't it wonderful? Right, I'm moving on so I don't spoil it for anyone who's going to arrive. Look at this. Oh, sweet pea. Okay, now I'm moving back down. Hello there. Hi, lovely to meet you again. Hi. All the tour guides here are, here, let me turn this around. Oh no, you can just see this. All the tour guides in the pavilion are from Saudi. And so now we're moving into a future, an idea of the future. And as you'll see, there's people like us looking at us. It almost feels like we are the exhibit and not them. But you can see it's a very modern image of a modern, lush, green Saudi Arabia with autonomous vehicles. How about that? That looks like an autonomous vehicle to me. And so we're going back down this massive escalator. So we ascended it and into the future, and then we're coming back here. Right, now let's see where we're going. Now, this is, I'm going to over promise. But this is can you see me? Hi. This is the best bit of the pavilion by miles. And so if you thought everything else, here we go. I'm sorry I lost you for a minute there. You wait. It's so cool. Okay, so first of all, I mentioned that there were several Guinness World Records that the pavilion has broken. One of them is for the floor. And when I read about it, I was like, I don't really understand what you mean. It's an LED floor. You know, you see LED floors everywhere. Why is it the biggest? Why is it the best? And that was before I saw it. Just take a look. So we're here in this extraordinary space. There's a lady just inside me. Look at that for cool framing. Very rare that I managed to get the images right. So as you can see, we're moving through a space environment. And I want you to look at the lady in front of me and her feet. Do you see that from where her feet are, the floor appears to be interacting? It seems to know she's there. So have a look at my feet. And you will see that as I walk around, it's not doing it now, but as you walk around the floor, here we go. Do you see the lady in front of me? And these ladies here, look, it reacts with you. So as you walk around, it knows and it changes with you. And it's the most incredible thing. It makes it feel like you're like wading in molten mercury or something. It's just, and meanwhile, these incredible visuals are going on in front of you. And that isn't a ball. It looks like it looks like it should be. It looks like it should be a circular screen, but it's not. It's just an incredibly clever optical illusion. And what we really need to see is how the children react to it, because you can imagine just children must think it's fabulous. But do you see if I tap my foot? So if you are watching, please do tell me where you're watching from. It's fantastic to get a sense of where you are. And if you've got any questions, please do send them through and I'll see if I can answer them. Here we go, have a look. And if you want to find out more about any of the pavilions, do check out our website, thenationalnews.com, because we've got everything you might want to know about Expo on there, including all the latest updates. So you can see it is a really popular pavilion. There's a lot of people there. Hello, Linda Reefer from the USA. Here we go, and it's still going. I just love watching other people. Oh, now it's gone geometric. So I don't want to spoil it. I'm spoiling it now because I'm spending too much time in it. But the second it's about to turn, you'll see the geometric patterns turn. Hi there from Pakistan. Here you go, you wait now. Isn't it cool? This is it. Now watch around people's feet. This is the one where you can really see it. Do you see lots of people haven't realised? They suddenly start realising that it moves. Hi! Do you see how it's changing around your feet? Isn't it amazing? You look so awesome. There you go. Okay, I won't spoil it any further suffice to say the patterns carry on, and it is very, very cool. I don't know if anyone's pitched the idea to the Saudi Pavilion yet of maybe doing disco nights, but I think it would be great. Add a bit of David Guetta. or some cool DJ, and I think it could be the best dance floor ever. Here we go, look. Here we go. So a bit of a whistle stop tour. Oh, thank you. Bit of a whistle stop tour that might hit my earphone. I had nearly fell out of my ears then. So what did you think? It's one of my favourites. I mean, I have to admit, there are 192 pavilions here at Expo, so I haven't managed to go to all of them yet. And then you emerge out here, look. But so far as inside, that one's probably, I mean, the most colourful so far. The UAE Pavilion was wonderful and peaceful and really gave you a sense of history in place. And I shouldn't make comparisons really because everyone's done their own separate thing. But as the sun sets on Dubai, that's the UAE Pavilion looking pretty awesome. Sorry, that's the Saudi Pavilion looking pretty awesome. There we go. There's the outside. You can see messages. So I'm not sure whether you've got any views about which pavilion I should do next, where I should go next. I definitely want to do an evening one because even though it's beautiful at sunset, I don't think you're getting a real sense of how incredible the whole of the Expo 2020 site is at night because it really, really comes alive, especially the Indian Pavilion. I'm worried that I did that one during the day, whereas at night is when it really comes into its own. But wishing you all very well, and we'll be back tomorrow with another video and another pavilion. So make sure you stay tuned and check out the website, thenationalnews.com.